if you see that once I have used this one, so here what is happening? Now here you can see it is generating one variable, right? And into this variable, what is happening? Whatever the actions you are just going to take from this one, it is going to store into this. Okay, example, if you run this flow, when I'm just gonna run this flow, so if you see that once I hit on this run, okay, so if you see that I have just clicked on run, once it is executed, if you see that once it is executed in this button, what you are getting? Okay or not? Once you will hit on this OK, then OK is going to store into this variable, which is the name as a button press variable. So if you see that, if I click on the OK, can you see what is the value of this variable now? OK. Yes or no? So when action is generating any kind of a value, it is going to store in the variable which is generated by the action itself. Okay. We can rename this variable also. For an example, if I open this one, then here, can you see this variable produced in the bottom? Right? If you click on that, if you do not require these variables, you can turn it off. If you turn it off and click on a save, it will not generate any variable. It will run, it will perform everything, but it will not generate any variable. Okay, see, it is executed successfully. I can see the message, but it will not generate this variable. But whatever the actions has been taken on this action, so you want to use that one into your further flow. So what I will do is I will say I want to generate the variable, and I say example, any of the variable name you can create it. Example variable name, I say user action. Now, if I click on a save, so you can see the variable name has been created with the name as a user action, right? So if I will run this flow now, okay, if I will click on the run, so now you will be able to see it is going to be execute and it is here. Now, if I click on OK, now you can see that, correct? For an example, suppose if I say first, I just need one information from the user, that user is graduate or not. If user is graduate, I want to continue my flow. If user is not graduate, I want to discontinue my flow. Yes or no? So on the basis of the user action, you are just going to create the flow. So if the user is graduate, right? First you will ask, what are you graduate or not? This is something the question will be. User will say either the yes or user will say either the no. Yes or no? I want to continue my flow if the user say yes. If user say no, I don't want to continue my flow. Right? I want to display some message to the user that sorry, you are not eligible or something like that. So on the basis of this yes and no, I just want to perform some actions. So how you will create this yes no button? So if you go here, I'm just changing example. I say, are you graduate? And now here, I will say this message box OK button to yes or no. Correct? And now if I click on a save, so now if I'm just gonna run this flow, now you can see your button will reflect here, the two buttons will reflect in the message box, yes or no. If I will click on this yes button, so the yes is going to store into this user action variable. If I will click on the no, then the no is going to store into this user action variable, right? So if I click on a yes, can you see the yes is stored, right? If I rerun this example and this time, if I just click on the no, if I click on the no, can you see that no is going to store or not? Correct. And if you double
Yes, sir.
click on this variable, you will be able to see the name of the variable, the data type of the variable, and everything. Correct? Now tell me one thing. When I'm just gonna create any of the variable, I'm just going to create any of the actions over here. Did I create this variable? Did I create this variable? No.
No.
Right? It is automatically created. Did I define the data type? No, it is automatically created. So here we do not need to require the variable declaration. Okay, we do not require automatically in the runtime, it is going to take it. Let me give you an example. Suppose, for example, if I'm defining one variable here, set variable. Okay, we will talk about this one in much more detail. I say this variable is the val1. Okay, and here I have stored the 10. Okay, now I have stored the 10 over here. Now here I'm just gonna execute this flow. Okay, I'm just gonna execute this flow. It is here now and it is executed fine. Now here, if you open this one, what is happening over here? What is happening over here now? It is considering what? Considering what? See,
Text data type.
text. If you see that, when I open this, you can see. But when I define this one, just focus on this. I have here val1. If val1 I have just opened, default data type, you can see the text. Just focus on symbol. What is this one?
Number.
Number hash. In number. It will see, it will not go into the float or something. If you define the 10, if you define the 10.3, everything is a part of the number only. Can you see this symbol? This one.
Yeah.
It is taking this one. It is the numeric automatically. If I just give anything here, example, I say Anu. And now once I will hit on the OK, can you see the symbol got changed or not? Here.
Yes.
It is a text.
Yeah.
So here, when you are giving any of the variable, you do not need to define the data type. The value you provided, automatically it detects the data type. Okay, so that is basically the one of the difference if you see, because most of the people has been asked this question when we define the variable in the UI path and when we define the variable in the Power Automate, then what is the difference? Clear? Right?
Yes, sir.
And in the previous version, they have not given this data type declarations kind of these things. You can directly see that, but now they have added a lot of the things over here. Okay, you can see the value. If I open this, what is this one? What is the data type? Numeric value. Correct? Numeric value. So when this is a 10, here you can see the val1 is what? Numeric value. Right? Here, if you see that, I have changed the value here, but it is still the 10 or not? Yes or no? Because I have not rerun this. Okay, or I have not cleared the value. So can you see this is a variable clear? If I click on that, and now here, if I will run this, if I just click on the run, now you will see in the val1, Anup is going to be stored. Yes or no? Right? If I open this one, you can see the data type text here. If you see, what is the data type? Just focus here. This is the main. This is what? This is a default data type. Can you see that? Don't get confused. In variable, if you are defining anything, the default it is considering what? Text. Okay. Don't go on that. That is not the actual one. The actual one, which you click on the view and you are able to see here. Right? In bracket, that is a text. And the original one, you can also recognize by this icon outside this one. Okay? Is this clear?
Yes.
Right? Original data type, by clicking on this, you can click on the view and you can see that. Okay, so we have not defined any of the thing. If you see, variable value is what? Anup. Yes or no? If I say the variable value is example, I say Gopi. Okay. If I just try to change this, tell me if I just click here, am I able to change it?
No.
Am I able to change it?
No, we
No.
cannot.
No. If you have to change, then what you have to do? You have to go into the variable and you have to change here. Yes or no? If I see this, and now here, if I will run this again, now this val1 is going to update with this copy. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Right? So this is what? This is basically the
Yeah.
concept how we declare the variable. So you understood the variable related difference between the UI path versus Power Automate?
Yes.
Okay. So as you guys are aware, as you know, if you know the power this UI path, sorry, if you know the UI path, so I will tell you in this manner, so it will give you the better idea related to the difference. Then you are able to see that what is exactly the difference over here. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah, got it.
this one. So everything is a predefined. We are just going to drag and drop simply into this flow, and we are just going to create that one. Okay. So what we are just gonna cover into this session, so I have already told, and now people who are new into this session, so I'm just gonna brief you that what exactly we are just going to see. So if you see into this Power Automate desktop, we are going to see this end-to-end things, which is from beginning to end, the introduction of the Power Automate desktop, the flows related things, right? This file system, file and folder related things, message box, how to handle the pop-ups, the looping concepts, selectors, right? Data manipulations, right? XML related automations. And also we will just go for the API related, okay? Browser based automations, web automations, right? SQL connectivities, database automations, JSON, XML, all these things we are just going to cover into our Power Automate desktop. Okay. Into this Power Automate cloud, if you see that, we will start from the scratch. Okay. What is a Power Automate cloud? What are the features do we have, right? All the things we are just going to see this one, the basics of Power Automate, the flow diagram, how you edit the workflows, right? How to share the flows, right? How you can run the flow from your cell phone, right? All these things, how you can use the predefined templates, what are the parameters, right? What are the triggers, actions, which kind of triggers are available, what kind of actions are given over there, right? All the things we are going to start from the scratch, and we will see all these advanced level concepts. Okay, so from basic to advanced, we are just going to cover it. And also, I will just give you the project. So the real hands-on, you are just going to work into this. Okay, so in this Power Automate desktop and Power Automate cloud into our journey, we are just going to see all the things which are based on the real scenario things. Any question or anything if you have? Shiva, do you have any question? Anyone has any question? Please unmute yourself and ask.
Yeah, so Anup,
Mhm.
throughout the Power Automate desktop process building, so
Mhm.
we no need to define any variable type, right? So automatically by giving
Correct.
the value, it will be defined. Okay.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, Shiva.
And
So we will also see the live project related things, what we are just going to perform into this Power Automate cloud and into this Power Automate desktop. All the real scenario things I will just tell you. As I have just given one of this example. So all these cases you are also going to develop at your end. So from basic to advanced, we will just go for, and we will also see this live projects as well. And I will just give you the live projects as well. Okay. And today, what I have just told you about this variables display message, we will go for this one in the more deep. How to set the variable, how to call the variable, in which scenario you have to call the variables. If I have to call the multiple variables in a flow, then how we call it? Because here is a different method, different ways, completely different ways. So through this one, you have got a flavor or the glimpse or the idea that how it is a different from the Power Automate versus UiPath or any of the other tool, RPA tool, if you have work on. Yes or no?
Got it. Yes,
Okay,
Anam.
this one. Okay. So I hope you understood the concept, what I have defined.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So anyone else has any query? Anyone? Yes. So that also I will just provide Shiva. So I will just let you know that what exactly you have to mention into your profile related to this Power Automate. Okay, which is a Power Automate Cloud, which is a Power Automate Desktop. So that also I will help you in that. Yes. Understood, everyone?
Yes, Anam.
Okay, great. Great. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for joining this session.